Welcome back to Snippet Coder, and we are back with a video. In this video, we will learn how to create Flutter UI registration page for our grocery app series using NodeJS Rest API. So this is our application. You can see here we are having the logo, then we have the label for grocery app, then we have the label for register. Then we have our 4 controls. First one is a full name, then we have the email ID, then we have the password, then we have the confirm password, then we have our show and hide password, then we have our sign up button. Then we have our link for already have an account, sign in. So here if I click on the sign up button, you can see here we are getting the validations here. So if I put the name here, so now if I again click, you can see here that validation message has been gone. Then we have the email ID here. So now if I put the invalid email ID, you can see here we are getting here invalid email. Now if I put the valid email ID, now if I again click on the sign up, you can see here message has been gone. Then we have the password here. If I put here the password, from here we can hide and show the password. Now if I don't put the same password for in the confirm password, and now if I click on the sign up, you can see here we are getting a confirm password not match. So now if I again click on the sign up, you can see here we are getting the error message, that is this email already registered because this email ID already has been registered with our database. So now if I change the email ID to Raman5, and now if I click on the sign up, you can see here we are getting a registration completed successfully. So before starting the video, if you are new to our channel, subscribe to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos. Thank you. So first of all, we have to create the new page, that is register page, and for that we have to go to our pages. Under that we have to create new page, register underscore page dot dart file, and we will make it as a stateful widget, register page. So now we will go to our main dot file, and from there we will link this register page. We will put here /register build context, and we will link the page here, register page. So now we will design our register page side by side. For that we have to open our emulator also. So now we have to add our Snippet Coder util package also. For that we have to go to our pubspec file. So we have to make sure we are using the latest version, that is 1.0.11. So the package has been added. So now we will go to our register page. So from our main.dart file we have to link this home with our register page, and we will paste here. So now you can see here we are getting a blank screen. So now we will design our UI. First of all, we will put here safe area. Then we have the child here, and we are using a scaffold widget. Then we have the background here, and we are using here white background, colors dot white color. Then we have the body here, and we are using a progress HOD for showing the loader when we click on the sign up. Here we have the child, and that widget we will cover later on. And for the child we have to use our form. Before that we have to create one key here. Here we have static final global key form state. Global key is equal to global key form state, and we have to use this key here. Then we have the child here, and that child we will cover later on. Then here we have an async call, and for that also we have to create one variable here. Bool is async call process is equal to false, and we will assign this variable here. Then we have the opacity, and we are using here 0.3. Then we have the key here, and we will create the unique key here. So now let's reload the application to see. So here you can see we are getting that safe area with the scaffold widget and the form, everything is coming here. So now we have to create one widget here, widget underscore register UI, and here we will pass the build context. From here we will return single child scroll view. Here we have the child here, and we are using here column widget. Then we have the main axis alignment, and we are using here main axis alignment dot start. Then we have the cross axis alignment, and we are using a cross axis alignment dot start. Then we have the children's here. First one we are using a column widget, and the main axis alignment we are using a main axis alignment dot center. Then we have the children's here, and we are having constant size box height 10, and we are giving some space from the top 10, and we will assign this widget here. Then here we have to use the align widget. Alignment we are using a align alignment dot center. Then we have the child here, and we are using an image.asset, and we will assign one image from our folder here, and we will create new folder here, assets. Inside that we will create one more new folder, images. So we are having this image, and that image we have to assign here. And before that we have to go to our pubspec, and from here we have to enable our asset folder. Here we have assets /images/ So whatever the image will be in our folder, that will be picked here. Now here we have to pass the image name. We have assets/images/ and we have to see we have the folder name images or image. Yes, it is images, and we have to copy this name and we have to paste here. So now you can see here that image is coming here, and we have to change the fit here, and we are using a box fit dot contain. Then we have the width here, and we are using here 150. After this, we will create one more size box. Then we have to use the text widget here, grocery app, and we will use the style here, text style. Font weight, we are using here font weight dot bold. Then we have the font size here, and we are using it 35. We will make it as a constant here. Then again we will give the size box here. After this, we will create one more text widget here, text register, and the style we are using here text style. Font weight, we are using here font weight dot bold. Then we have the font size, we are using a 20. Then we have the colors here, we are using a colors dot deep orange accent, and we will wrap it with our center widget. So now you can see here that is coming in the center. Then again we have to use one more size box, and we will copy from here and we will paste here. After that, we will use our form helper dot input field widget. Here we have the key name, and we will put here full name. Then we have the hint text, we will put here full name. After that, we are having the onValidate function that we will cover later on. Same we are having for the onSave also, that also we will cover later on. You can see here we are getting the text box here, but design is not coming properly. Here we have to put show prefix icon true, and from here we will add the prefix icon, and we are using here icons dot face icon. Then we have the border radius, and we are using a 10. Then we have the content padding, and we are using a 15. Then we have the font size, and we are putting a 14. Then we have the prefix icon padding left, and we are putting a 10. Then we have the border color, and we are using a colors dot gray dot shade 400. You can see here we are getting the gray color for the border. For the text color, and we are using a text color dot black color. For the prefix icon, we are using a colors dot black color. Then we have the hint color, and we are using a colors dot black color with opacity 0.6. Then we have background color, and we are using a colors dot gray color shade 100. You can see here we are getting the background color as a gray here. Then we have the border color, border focus color, and we are using a colors dot gray shade, we are using it 200. Now if I go there, you can see here. So now we have to create some variables here. First one is a string type of nullable full name. Then we have a string type of nullable password. Then we have a string type of nullable confirm password. Then we have a string type of nullable email. Then we have bool hide password is equal to true. Then same we have for our hide confirm password. So now let's move further, and here in the onValidate we have to put here if onValidate value is empty, then we will return here required, else we will return here null. And on the onSave value we have to put here full name is equal to onSave value dot toString dot trim. So if there will be any space, it will remove it, and here we will put the constant. Now we have to copy this size box along with this input box for the next field, and we will paste here. Here we will change it to email, and here we will put email. After we will put here hyphen, and the icon we will change it to email underscore outline. Here in the onSave we will change the variable to email. Here we will put one more validation for our valid email or not, and for that we have to create one variable bool email valid is equal to, and here we will put the regular expression, and here we have has match. If that value is matching, then only it will give that true, if else it will give the error here. If not of email valid, then from here we will return invalid email, and this one also we will caps on. Now again we will copy this one and we will paste here. and here we will change it to password, and this one also we will change it to password. Here we will remove this validation. This one we will change it to password on save value. Here we have to make that text to our password type, and before that we have to put that size box for having a space. Here we will put, now you can see here we can put any text here. So now I want to hide the password. For that we have to put here obscure text, and we will assign with the value of that variable hide password. And now you can see here that password has been hidden, and here we will put the suffix icon. Here we have icon button, and we have the on press event. Before that we have the icon, and we will change the icon to icon with the condition if hide password. Then we will show here icons dot visibility of, else we will show here icons dot visibility. Now you can see here, and the color we will change it to colors dot redescent dot with opacity 0.4. So now we will put the on press event so that we can make it workable. For that we will use a set state hide password is equal to not of hide password. So now if I click here, you can see here password has been showing. Now if I again click here, you can see here that password has been hidden. And also we have to put here on change event so that we can, whenever we put any value in the password text box, then it will be updated in our variable so that we can match it with our confirm password. Because in the case of that on save value, that value can only be assigned when we click on the button of that form is valid or not. Here we have the value, and we will assign with our password is equal to value. So now again we have to copy this and we have to paste here. This one we will change it to confirm password. Here also we will change it to confirm password. Here in the validation we will check if on validate value is not equal to password, then from here we will return confirm password not matched. Here we will change it to confirm password, and here also we will change it to hide confirm password. Same here and here also, and the on change event is not required here. Now you can see here both the, and here also we change it to hide confirm password. Now here you can see that both that visibility button are working for both the text box. So now we will add the button here, and before that we have to add the size box, and here we have to add the button here form helper dot submit button. Here we have the text sign up, and we have the on type event that we will cover later on. Now button is coming, we have to wrap it with our center visit, and we have to give some p10 color, and we are using here colors dot deep orange. Then we have the border color, and we are using a colors dot white color. Then we have the text color txt color, and we are using a colors dot white color. Then we have the border radius, we are using a 20. Now you can see here button is looking nice. Now we have to give the hyperlink also for our login page, that we will cover in our next video for the login page. Here we will put size box. Then here we are using the rich text, and the text we are using here text span. Then we have the style here, we are using a text style. Colors, we are using a colors dot gray color. Then we have the font size, we are using here 14. After that we have the children's here, and we are using here text span. We will put the first child here text span, and the text we are using here already have an count, and we can wrap it with our center visit, and here we can give some more spacing, and here color we can change it to black. So now we have to give the second child here, and we will change it to sign in. Here we will change the color here, and we will put here style text style, and the color we are using a colors dot deep orange. Then we have the font weight, and we are using a font weight dot bold. So now our UI is ready. You can see here we are having a good UI here. We are having the logo of the application, then we have the application name, then we have the page name, then we have our controls here, full name, email ID, password, then we have the confirm password here, then we have a sign up button, then we have our already have an account sign in, and now here we will put our one function for our validating the form and all. We have bool validate save final form is equal to global key dot current state, and we will check here if form dot validate Then we will put here form.save and we will return here true, else we will return here false. And we will call this function from over here. If form validate, then we will call here API request and all, API request. Now if I click on the sign up, you can see here we are getting all the validation messages here. And here if I put invalid email ID, you can see here we are getting invalid email. And here if I put the invalid confirm password, you can see here we are getting confirm password not match. So that means our form is ready. So now let's move further and we will do the API integration with our form. So first of all, we have to go to our config file, and from there we have to add one more URL for our register API, and we will put here register API, and here we will put register. So now we will go to our API service file, and from here we will create new function static future pool register user, and we will give 3 parameters. First one is a string type of full name, string type of email, string type of password. Then here we will get the request parameters, request headers, map string request headers is equal to content type application /JSON. Now here we will get one variable where URL is equal to URI.http. Here we will put config.api URL, and here we will put config.register API. Now here we will get where response is equal to await, and we will make this function as a async await client.post, and we will do the post request here. We will pass the URL. Then we have the headers here. We have to assign here request headers. Then we have the body, and we will get the body here with JSON encode, and we will put here first one will be full name. We will assign with full name. Then we have our email. We will assign it with our email variable. Then we have the password here. We will assign it with our password variable. Here we will check if response.status code is equal to 200. That means registration successful. We will return here true, else we will return here false. So what we are doing here, we have created one function register user. Then we have the variables full name, email, password. Then we are having the request headers here. Then we are creating the URL here with the API URL. Then we have the register API, that is the endpoint. Then we are having the one variable response is equal to client.post request. We are doing here post request with that URL request headers. Then we are having the body here. In the body we are sending here full name, email, password. Then here we are checking if the response.status code is equal to 200. That means request is successful, and we will return here true, else we will return here false. So now let's go back to our UI, and from there we will integrate this. Here after validate and save, we will just set the value of set state is API call process is equal to true. That means we have started the API request, and we have to show the loader here. And here we have to put here API service dot register user, and we have to pass these values here, and we have to put the explanator sign because we have make it as a nullable here, and we will put here dot then, and from here we will get the value here. And once we go to here, we will just change the value of is API sync to false. That means the API request has been successfully done. Now we have to hide the loader here, and here we will check if a response, that means it is true, and we will change it to response. That means we have received the successful response. Then here we will show form helper dot alert, and name, title name we will change it to config.app name. Here we have to import the file .app name. Then we have the message here registration completed successfully. Then we have the button and we will put here OK button. Then we have the on press event and we will put here navigator dot of context dot pop. And once we have the registration success, we will redirect the user to our login page. That we will cover later on in our next video. And here in the else condition, we will just show the same dialog with our change message, that is this email already registered. So now let's reload the application and let's test it. Is it working or not? Here we will put Raman and I will put the already existing email ID so that I can validate. Raman@snippetcoder.com. Here I will put the password. Here I will put the same password, and now if I click on the sign up, you can see here we are getting here this email ID already registered. That means that already registered in our database. Now if I put that new email ID, let's suppose if I put a Raman6. Now if I click on a sign up, you can see here we are getting a registration completed successfully. That means this email has been registered successfully. So in our next video, we will cover the login page, and from there we will log in with this email ID. So that's all in this video. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share. I will come back soon with another awesome video. Thank you for watching the video.